Good morning, good morning. Just a minute before noon, so I'm good today. My wake-up call actually working. Today's chat is with the title Idealistic Man versus Materialistic Man, or a woman. Which side you are on. So people say it's a very philosophical approach, the way how I'm seeing stuff. Has no real material value, meaning you cannot get it in your hand. You cannot buy anything with what I'm saying. And that's actually a point. Because we've been so deeply ingrained into a way of materialistic thinking that we cannot even reach a point where we can start healing ourselves, truly healing, without injuring our physical body. Because the only way we can heal, or let's say cure ourselves presently through the doctor's way of doing things, it's by intrusion in our physical body. Very rarely in the mainstream medical profession that they do a holistic approach. They combine all the bodies of the human being. They're very rarely approaching to a cause which actually triggered the effect that what we're seeing now. Very rarely they're actually curing a cause. Rather what they're doing just fixing circumstances, present circumstances, like just putting a small patch on the wound, and people still continue cutting themselves from inside out, and the wound still exists. So how we overcome this self-hurting all the time? Besides that, we have to start combining the holistic or healing process on all our bodies, which includes emotional, mental, etheric, and the physical as well. So the way how I feel it, physical is the least, with the least frequency. Like it's a very dense, very very rigid. It's very like almost, you cannot read it well, you cannot communicate with it well if it's disconnected with the rest of the bodies. So whatever I'm talking, you can notice I'm applying this to medical approach, or to holistic approach, or to, approach that we can start transcending our traumas that we accumulated through a history time. We accumulated them through being lied. We accumulated to lying others. Because trauma is not just when you hit, 100 kilometers in the brick wall, and this is like a physical trauma. The trauma happens when you find out that you've been lied, that you find out that somebody is stealing from yourself. Is it energy or this material thing? But mostly people noticing when somebody steals from somebody a wallet or a house, or so to fully understand what does it mean, materialistic being. It doesn't mean that we have to drop our physicality, that we have to drop our means of living, our housing. But let's bring more idealistic look into the picture. Because by imagining, by perspiring to have something different than just materialistic means, we're actually creating this kind of outcome. This is a true law of attraction that many abused, many New Agers abuse this natural law of attraction. Natural law of attraction, natural, that's a key sentence, that's a key word here, is about having understanding that what we give out, it'll come back to us. It's always on the same plane. Like you give out a fear of lack. Can you imagine what universe will send you? It's like a super program. It just listens what you are doing and it's creating more. But for us, it's here on the earth. We've been, let's call it, influenced with some outside forces. They use this against us, that we are very gullible. We just want to, follow. Somebody gives us a Jesus, somebody gives us a Muhammad, and we just go and follow. Somebody gives us any New Age movement, and we just go and follow. My deep feeling is that we develop, like we have to develop our inner guidance, our inner guru, every single one of us. You can question why I'm doing this stupid stuff, talking to others, pretending that I know a bit more. I know a lot, but I have an urge in me to share this with others, just to share. Same as Un-Swissindo is here. Un-Swissindo will initiate the biggest change in the human heart by giving others a gift. What we are going to do with this, that's another thing. Because if we take it as just a purely materialistic means of, okay, I can survive now, I can maybe live in more luxurious way than now, it will not last for long. But if you see that Un-Swissindo is actually, by this gift, open your heart, so you can become a gifter or the one who's gifting others. That's the key. This is where we finding our only survival of the species, of the humanity, in recognizing that we are here for other. And by being here for other, we suddenly realizing that we are actually doing everything for ourselves. When you see another as yourself, suddenly there is no other. In some of the previous videos, I mentioned Kabbalah is within you. The darkness is within you. The hell is within each one of us, if we decide to be like this. I really do not envy a people who have, let's say, materialistic. In materialistic means money, funds, stocks, houses, boats, and whatever. In this particular moment, because I feel what is coming. I feel they have to face their own ego. They have to face it when equality suddenly comes and levels everything. Now go to my previous video and you'll see what I was talking about, how to deal with this. Because the only enemy of your own ill state is you. There is no outside enemy. We perceiving everything around us as a nature is very rough when it shakes or when it's but nature is just a super universal program that is reacting, and you want to be in a balance, so it gives you a balance. You're behaving nasty, you're warring against each other. This energy is accumulated, this energy is created, has to be balanced somehow, and nature has a perfect way to do this. So imagine we seeing a planet Earth just and one materialistic thing that we're walking on, and we drilling it and we poisoning it and we do whatever we can, just, you know, disgustingly imagine we're just doing it to her. Does anybody thinks or feels that she actually feels every single, you know, deep well drilling, then the fracking of the chemicals inside? I mean, this is almost like chemotherapy on the human. Earth didn't consciously say, please do this to me. But humans, in most of the cases when cancer is here, or any kind of, you know, invented disease that doctors could find, they just go and say, okay, yeah, give me a chemo. Oh, you'll save my next 32 days, so I'll be in total pain. This is complete belly up. You gave yourself up. This is where the evil lays, not on the outside. The chemotherapists are not evil. We are evil if you allow this. You understand? So start standing tall and saying, it's enough. I really want to be free. I want to have ideals. I want to imagine idealistic world when every single being, including planet, including animals, including plants, are healthy. And of course, as they're healthy, they become happy. Then they become creative. You're not creative if you're working for the money. You create it for the sake of your own inner peace and inner happiness. And then when reward comes in a form of money or thank you, or even if it doesn't come, you're still happy because you created. You were not enslaved to do a minuscule job 9 to 5 or 8 to 9 at night. In some countries, I mean, they enslaving children. And nobody is daring to say anything there. Parents think this is a good way, you know, have more children so we can have more income. So just deeper down, go outside of the material, imagine what's going to happen energetically with the parent who's actually infusing this kind of forceful behavior on the children. We'll talk about the children and the church and the slavery in another section. But for now, let's stay with ideal. Imagine an ideal world and truly behave as it's possible, because otherwise you will end up in a very nasty, materialistic, and very, very dirty place. And you know who actually dirtied this place? It is you, with your thoughts, with your intentions, with your everyday behavior towards others, towards planet. Your ignorance is the worst enemy of the planet. When you're hurting a planet, You're hurting directly yourself. Just comprehend this. There's nobody else can hurt you but you. There's no evil outside of you. There's no hell outside of you or on any other plane. It's all within every single one of us. Just for the end. Materialistic versus idealistic. Which side you wanna be? It doesn't matter which side you've been. Choose now differently, and you'll see a different results.